This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 2237, How to Plan Your Day as a Mom, 3 Simple Steps, Part 1, by Shawna Scafe of simpleonpurpose.ca. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our parenting leg of the week here on ORD, and I'm your host, Greg Audino. It's great to have you here with me today as we cover some parenting content, and this time it'll be the same post today and tomorrow. It's a longer one from Shawna Scafe, so we will split it up and dive into part 1 right now as we optimize your life. How to Plan Your Day as a Single Mom, 3 Simple Steps, Part 1, by Shawna Scafe of simpleonpurpose.ca. This past week, I was without a planner. I was waiting for my new one in the mail. My life fell apart. I forgot errands, forgot supplies for activities. I might have even forgotten deodorant a couple of days, and I'm going to blame that on my planner. Then I was chatting with my neighbor about staying organized and how important it is to just take a minute and plan out your day. And then it hit me that I've been a hot mess because I haven't been planning out my days each morning. Now that I have my new bullet journal, I am ready to get back to it. Since it's been a while since I've talked about bullet journaling, I thought I would share with you the approaches that have worked for me in planning out my day as a mom and why it has been a game changer for me in motherhood. How to plan your day. Planning your day isn't about making a rigid routine and filling in all the spare moments. It also isn't about beautiful bullet journal pages. It's just about taking a moment for yourself and setting out some form of direction. As you listen to this, please keep in mind the season of life you are in. As moms, we can read or listen to all these tips and tricks on doing more and getting things done, and it can feel like we need to ramp up and keep pace. Don't go rushing in the race just yet. The truth is, there is no keeping pace with others. There is setting a pace for yourself that is in line with what you want your life to look like and what brings peace to you, your family, and your home. Sure, maybe you do need a kick in the butt to get up and get out of the house and do the things you want to do one day. I know I do. But maybe you have small kids and babies, and you need to take this all in for where you are at today. What I'm trying to say is, make sure to honor the season you are in, and don't feel pressured to keep up this unrealistic pace of doing all the things every day. Steps you can take to plan your day. Number 1, brain dump the overwhelm. I started bullet journaling a couple of years ago, and it has been a real big turning point for me in getting my stuff together. Before I started planning out my week and day, I felt really overwhelmed. I had papers everywhere with notes, email reminders in my phone, scribbles on the fridge calendar. I felt like there was so much in my brain that I had this low level of panic I was operating on each day. What helped me with this overwhelm was a brain dump. A brain dump is writing down everything in your brain. I found it helpful to do giant brain dumps with lots of categories: home projects, things I want to do, errands I need to run, etc. And then I also do a weekly brain dump. I often split my paper into about 3 columns depending on what's happening: to-do lists, blogging, day job, etc., and write out everything that was in my head that needed to be done for that area of life. Just this process alone gives you a lot of mental clarity because it removes the clutter and burden from your brain and gives it a home on paper. I learned about the brain dump from a TED Talk by David Allen. In the talk, he encourages you to do this brain dump and then pick 3 items you will focus on. Man, it is freeing to look at that list and remind yourself that you don't have to do it all. Just choose what are the top priorities depending on urgency and your personal values. And if you are the overachieving type, stick with 3 like the rest of us and see if life feels simpler and freer when you do this. Number 2, set a weekly focus. If you reflect on the vision you have for your year, or did a monthly check-in, then you can ask yourself how you want to work towards it this week. Each week I write out 3 focuses I want to have in my day today. As I've shared before, I write out family, work, and me. Then I put in a focus I want to have for each one. This week I wrote out family, Valentine's traditions. This is in line with our vision for adding in meaningful traditions to our family. Work, AGM, This is just a project I need to make sure I've helped to prepare before I take a few days away. And me, stretching. My body has been pretty sore lately, and I know I feel better when I stretch. This is a simple way to take care of my health, which is something I am working on this year as well. Now, I don't do this every week, but when I do, I notice a big difference. I can quickly glance at this list throughout the day and remember, oh yeah, I should make the kids a Valentine's card, or get supplies for cupcakes, or whatever. Hot tip: one way to make this part easier is to spend some time building a master list. If you look at the vision, goals, habits, and projects you have for this year, then think of mindsets or habits or tasks you can add into your week to help you with this. To be continued. You just listened to part 1 of the post titled, How to Plan Your Day as a Mom, 3 Simple Steps, by Shawna Scafe of simpleonpurpose.ca, and stick around for my commentary coming up right after this. All right, and a great start from Shawna, which we thank her for. This reminds me of an article I was reading recently, written by Brian Tracy, who is another contributor to ORD and the rest of the network. And it was all about this idea of a master list. It was really interesting and expands a lot upon the idea that Shawna ended with. So whether this is a list about your goals as a parent, your professional goals, fitness goals, or whatever, the point is to try writing a list of all the things you want to accomplish in your lifetime. And surely this will change, and you might not have all the ideas right now, but just go with what's in your mind at present. And keep that list. Now from there, select some items that you want to accomplish this year. And from there, this month. From there, this week. From there, this day. It's a really terrific way of holding yourself accountable to all that you want to accomplish, even if it's not right now, and even if it's not all at once. You might be surprised by how productive you can be when you try this. But that'll do it for today, everyone. Thanks a lot for tuning in as always, and remember, we have the rest of the post to get through, so be sure to come back again tomorrow for that, where your optimal life awaits.